Sheila Smith is a senior fellow for Japan Studies at the Council on Foreign Relations and joins us from Washington. Welcome. Japan's first female leader is astonishingly popular among younger voters, considering how ultra-conservative she is. Can you explain that?
Thank you, Ben. I'm delighted to be with you. I'm not sure I can explain the paradox, but she is known for her hawkish views on defense, on her rather conservative social views. But since she's emerged as Japan's leader, she's attracted a lot of younger women in particular, but younger Japanese see in her a new energy, a fresh face, despite her conservative views. So it's interesting. It's an interesting moment for the LDP, her party. The Conservative Party, they are less than popular at the polls, but she has brought new energy to the idea that they can lead again and they can lead with vigor.
Do you think her popularity can get her party a win?
It looks that way. If you're looking at the polls, and I don't want to second guess voters who are going to the polls shortly, but if you're looking at opinion polls, it looks like they may actually get the LDP a simple majority. She has a coalition now with Ishin, which is the Japan Innovation Party, also fairly conservative on a lot of issues. They too, together with the LDP, may get more than the simple majority. They may actually get a fairly stable majority, which would allow them to govern more effectively.
And is it also a case that with the opposition too splintered to pose any real challenge that puts the party in a good position?
I think so. I think when you look at Japanese politics, the challenge has always been on the opposition side. There's many parties now, smaller parties. You mentioned the Center Reform Alliance that's formed. They are what we would think of as a liberal party in a sense, as opposed to a conservative force. They're trying to counterbalance this new conservative movement. But I think what you also see is there are 11 parties now in the fray. So lots of smaller parties, lots of newer parties testing their mettle. One, in fact, Sanseito, is looking at the issue of the number of foreigners in Japan. They say that Japan should aim for Japanese first. It's a very new issue in Japanese post-war politics. So I think you've got a lot in the mix, but the LDP, I think, is certainly poised to come out as the stronger party at the polls.
I always thought it was Japan first, but let's move on to foreign policy. The Prime Minister's only been in the job for a few months, but she's already met with all the key world leaders that she needs to. What do you make of her foreign policy?
Well, it was interesting to watch her. Again, she's fairly new to the diplomatic circle. She's been largely a popular politician on domestic issues, although she has a strong defense portfolio herself. But she became prime minister, and within days, she was at the ASEAN summit, the APEC summit, with all of the Asia-Pacific countries at the table. And of course, President Trump, on his way to that APEC summit, stopped in Tokyo. So she had her first meeting with the U.S. president, always important for a new Japanese prime minister. I think she's handled the U.S. relationship quite well. I don't know if you noticed, but on Truth Social, President Trump endorsed her candidacy for leadership, which is a little bit unusual in a democracy to have a foreign leader weigh in. She is fairly adroit in her relationship with President Lee, and a part of the credit, of course, goes to President Lee of South Korea. They have made it very clear that they want a stronger partnership between the two U.S. allies in the region. The challenge, of course, will be China. Yep. And already Sino-Japanese relations have taken a downturn because of remarks she made in the Diet. The Chinese escalated economic sanctions against Japan in response. So that's a tense relationship, and I suspect for any Japanese prime minister would be a difficult diplomatic partnership to build on.
That is very well said. Sheila Smith from the Council on Foreign Relations. Thanks for your analysis.
Thank you for having me.